What's up guys, William James here, and in this video I want to talk to you about the 4 pillars of marketing. These 4 pillars are absolutely essential. You cannot do online marketing without these things. In my experience, you must learn these things. So this is going to be a really important video. I'm going to try to go pretty in depth on this one. So if you're new to the channel, again, my name is William James. I do videos for affiliate marketers, network marketers, coaches, consultants, online marketers, entrepreneurs, people who are trying to grow a home-based business using Facebook. I specialize in free organic Facebook traffic strategies. I teach all the ins and outs of free Facebook traffic in my group, the free Facebook Floodgate group. There'll be a link below this video if you're not already in that group. So go check that out. And of course, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and please subscribe to the channel. So with that said, guys, let's dive right in. The 4 pillars of marketing. Now, there's often 3 pillars that are talked about by other marketers. I know Johnny West talks about 3 pillars in marketing, and I really think there's 4 pillars, and I'm going to explain why. So let's go through them one by one, and I'm going to explain what each one of them is and why it's so crucial that you have all 4 of them and each one in place. So the first one, which probably won't be a surprise to a lot of people, is traffic. You know, it's often said traffic is the lifeblood of your business. You need eyeballs. You need people, you know, to see what you're doing. And traffic, really, all it means is people. There's no kind of, I mean, unless you're doing paid ads where it becomes much more of a sort of mathematical thing of like buying clicks and tracking everything. Unless you're doing that, which I don't advise doing unless you're already making a lot of money. You know, if you're doing free organic strategies, basically what I mean by traffic is just people that you are coming in contact with or who are seeing what it is that you have to say. And obviously I specialize in Facebook traffic, and because I think that it's the easiest type of traffic to get. Now, the reason for that is that Facebook is the only platform that allows you to proactively build audiences. In other words, Facebook, because of the Facebook friend request, you can actually go out there and send friend requests actively and build an audience actively. Whereas on Instagram or YouTube, you kind of have to like wait for people to discover you and follow you. There isn't that two-way connection like the friend request that you can send and then actually have that person in your audience. So Facebook traffic, I think, is very simple. You know, essentially you add a bunch of friends, and then you master the algorithm so that your posts actually get shown to those friends, right? And that's what my group is all about. You know, in large part is how do you master the Facebook algorithm? You know, in my group I talk about basically, you know, what you need to do is to be very active, is to, you know, be commenting and hitting the love heart and leaving a comment, you know, for, you know, quite a substantial chunk of time, about an hour a day, or at least an hour right before you post, and that will prime the algorithm and show your content to your friends, right? So it's really not complicated, and it's completely free. It takes a little bit of time and effort, but it pays off, right? So we've got traffic more or less sorted. Now, there's other obviously ways of getting traffic, and there's more you can do with Facebook friends other than just have them on your friends list. I mean, you can move them around. Like, you can get them into a Facebook group, which I recommend. You can get them to subscribe to your YouTube channel. You can get them onto your email list. And, you know, once they're in your group, on your list, and subscribe to your YouTube channel, you know, they then sort of become more like traffic that you own, you know, as Russell Brunson might say. In other words, these are people that you can put out a piece of content and more or less send it directly to them anytime you want, right? So that is a very good goal to have, right? To get people to not just be your friends on Facebook, but to also be in those other areas where you can contact them. So traffic, you know, it's really the easiest part. It's really not difficult to do, right? The what people, I think, get hung up on mostly is the content to send to those people, right? Because most people are just not comfortable creating content, which brings me to the second pillar, which is, you know, they're all very important. So I'm going to say each one I come to, I'm tempted to say this is the most important one, but they're all equally important. The second one is value. So what this basically means is you have to, now that you have eyeballs coming your way, or potentially eyeballs coming your way, let's say you're sending friend requests, you're building your audience. Maybe you're building your email list at the same time. That's great. Now the problem is like, well, what do you send them? What do you post? What do you send to your email list? What do you put on YouTube? What do you do? Like, you've got the audience, now you've got to say something to them, right? And the main issue that people are having, I think, with traffic is not traffic. It's the fact that they aren't giving the people who come into contact with them any reason to be interested. I mean, I can't tell you how many times a day I click onto somebody's profile, whether they sent me a friend request or whatever. I click on somebody's profile, I look around, and I'm not interested because they're not, there's nothing interesting that they're posting. There's nothing to grab my attention, right? And I bet you, for a lot of you guys who are struggling with this, that your Facebook profile has exactly the same problem. It's not that people aren't seeing you. It's that people click onto your profile and there's nothing that's grabbing their attention. There's nothing of interest there, right? So, and the same with your email list, or any other channel. It's like a lot of folks, have some leads on an email list, but they're not really sending anything out. They're not sending it, and certainly it's nothing, quality. Right. I mean, the number of like quality marketing emails that I get is almost zero. I'm serious. Like, there's all these people. I do this full time, guys. Like, I'm constantly in contact with people on Facebook. And first of all, they're not even getting me on their email list. And second of all, when they do, like, I'm not getting any emails from them. And if it is emails, it's just offers. Right. So, a mistake that people make is like they build their email list and then they just send out the same offer over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then usually they just stop sending emails. It's like, no, you need to be putting out valuable content. Okay. So pillar number 2 is value. So the point of value is you have to give people some reason to be paying attention to you, some reason to read a post when you put one out on Facebook, some reason to open your emails when you email them, or if you're doing YouTube videos, a reason to actually, oh, William James put out a new YouTube video. I actually want to watch that. Why would someone decide to watch my video? The only reason somebody's going to decide to watch a video of mine is if they've already gotten valuable content in the past from me, and they therefore know, like, and trust me. Okay, so the whole point of value is to build the know, like, and trust factor, which is extremely important. You can get all the traffic in the world, and it will do absolutely no good if people don't know, like, and trust you. That's the problem that most affiliate marketers are having. They're going out and they're buying solo ads or something. And, you're spending a lot of money on these clicks. And these people are coming in and they might get email subscribers on their list from that. But these people have no idea who you are. They don't know you. They don't like you, and they certainly don't trust you. And the reason for that is because you're not sending out any information that's helping them. You're probably not sending out anything at all. Right? I mean, I can't tell you how long I did this. I tried solo ads on and off for years, and I would get a bunch of email subscribers and I'd be like, oh, great. Now I'm going to send them to my sales funnel. And I would send them to my sales funnel and nothing happened. It's like people think there's this magic thing where if you send, if you send paid traffic to a sales funnel, that somehow like money's going to come out the other end. It almost never works that way, right? You have to, like, once you've got the people, that's when your marketing starts. In other words, that's when you have to actually start building up some kind of connection with those people in their minds, so that they start to feel like they know you a little bit, and then if you give them some valuable information, they feel like they like you and trust you. Yeah. The key here is consistent, helpful, valuable content. Now, do you have to be some kind of expert? People get really hung up on this because they're like, I don't know enough to write any valuable content. It's like, that is not true. There's pretty much, a handful of ideas that I keep saying over and over and over again in my content, right? I mean, if you've been following me, I start to sound like a broken record. Like, there's a handful of concepts that I teach over and over again because it's what works. It's the correct information. point is, it's not like I don't need a PhD on this stuff. It's not that complicated. You just need to kind of wrap your head around a few key concepts, and then the main thing is just doing it every day and not giving up when it doesn't get a result. The main thing is people will like create a YouTube video or put out a piece of content and like nothing happens. They don't make any sales, and so they're like, "Oh, it didn't work. Oh, I give up. It's so hard." It's like, no, this is a long-term game. If you're going to be a marketer, guys, you got to be a marketer, and you got to decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do with my life. Like, it's going to be years that I'm doing this, right? Years and years that you're committing to. And it's a long-term game, right? You got to do it consistently. Consistency is the key with all four of these pillars, guys. If you don't do them consistently, everything dies. So it's just having the discipline to sit down and create content. How often? Several times a week at least, right? Because if you go more than a couple of days without your audience seeing something from you, they're going to start to forget about you. So the process of content creation is very key. You have to be putting out valuable training and content and information and help constantly, okay? You got to have traffic. That's the first two pillars. Third pillar. Third pillar. This is the one that often gets left out, in my opinion, which is communication. The third pillar is communication skills. The thing with organic traffic, particularly, is as we are building our audience and building our email subscribers and all of that stuff that's sort of automated in a sense, it's one to many, right? It's you putting out content for many people to see. At the same time, it's a very good idea. It's essential that you also be doing one-to-one marketing, which is talking to individual people. Right? I use Facebook Messenger mostly, and sometimes I'll get them on the phone. Right? But talking to people, that's what's also called prospecting. And for some reason, people find this very difficult. And that's because they don't understand how the communication cycle needs to work. And I've done many videos about this, but it's super important. What most people do is they start they contact someone and immediately start presenting their opportunity. I got a message the other day. I mean, I get these every once in a while, not too often anymore, but a lot of the time people will send me a message completely out of the blue, and it's something like, "Hey, so I know this is kind of random because we've never talked before, but my company is expanding, and we have this many members, and we were founded in 2019 by this person," and they'll start giving me all of this data about their company. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way, guys. It doesn't work because I don't know anything about that person. I don't know anything about the opportunity. They have no reason to think that I'm interested in this. And I might be interested. That's the tragic part of all this, guys. Is like these people might very well have an opportunity that's like the best thing ever that I would love to purchase, right? Or to join or whatever. But if you go around talking to people about it like that, they're never going to be interested because it's off-putting. And the reason it's off-putting is that they don't know what you're talking about. And they haven't invited you to tell them anything, right? So the solution for this is like the big problem in marketing. It's like, how do you talk to people without them being annoyed? Well, it's called permission-based marketing, I suppose, and it basically just means behaving like a normal human being, which goes something like this. You have to follow the 7 steps of the communication cycle. You have to. There's no way around it. And if you don't follow them, if you go out of sequence, it pisses people off. So what are the 7 steps? The 7 steps are contact, communicate, qualify, invite, presentation, follow-up, handle questions. That's it. Now let's break them down. I've talked about this before. You can check that out in a lot of other videos, but I'll go over it again. So contact. You cannot do anything, obviously, until you've contacted the person and said hello. You can do that with a solo ad or a Facebook ad, or you can do it manually by just sending a friend request and sending a message. Contact. Okay. Communicate. This is the part where everyone screws it up. Communication is not just, hello, here's my opportunity. Communication means first you have to just find out whether the person is open to communicating with you, first of all. And the way that you do that is you ask them a question or two about themselves. When I message somebody for the first time, I'm asking them to tell me about themselves, basically. Hey, like just how you would at a party. If you went up to somebody, you would be like, hey, what's up? Who are you? What do you do? What's the deal? Tell me about yourself. Like that's what you do when you meet people. It's just basic, like a basic law of human interaction. Yeah, for some reason, nobody does this. So if they're willing to communicate with you, in other words, if they reply and they actually tell you something about themselves, then you can move forwards. Oftentimes, people will either not reply, which means they're not open to communicating, which means I can't do any business with them, or they'll reply minimally and not answer the question, right? So I'll ask them to tell me about themselves, and they'll reply and they'll say something like, hey, William, thanks for connecting. There's nothing I can do with that because they are refusing to answer the question, right? Now, I can, if I want to be persistent, I can say, I'm doing really well, so tell me about yourself. Like I can just keep asking the question and see if I get a response. Often that works. Now, a lot of people, I would say the majority of people have extremely poor communication skills. A lot of the time they haven't even read the whole message, right? They're just saying, hi, thanks for connecting, or whatever to every message that they get without even reading it or something. I don't know. But they're not actually in communication, like true, authentic communication. So if they can't communicate or they won't communicate, then I can't take it any further. I'm not going to like start pitching them my business if they won't even, communicate with me. That's ridiculous. So contact, communicate. The next step is qualify. So if they're willing to have a conversation with you, you go back and forth, you get to know each other a little bit, one or two questions, and you ask them some type of qualifying question, which is, in other words, ascertaining whether or not they have any sort of interest or need for whatever it is that your offer might be solving, right? In other words, maybe you have, an offer that is, well, like for me, the first thing I typically offer people is to join my group. So it's about Facebook marketing, right? So I want to find out if this person is somebody who's interested in learning about Facebook marketing. Because if they're not, if this is like a multi-million dollar, person who owns an Amazon, like an e-commerce business or something, they're probably not interested, right? So I have to find out if this is the sort of person that's actually going to be interested before I invite them to something. Okay, so, if you've got an opportunity that's, or an offer or whatever, that's like, say you're marketing ClickFunnels, you got to find out whether or not the person has any need for a funnel building tool. How are you going to do that? Well, you're going to craft some type of a question that essentially asks them, hey, like, are you using funnels in your business or something like that, right? So you have to, it's specific to each offer. You have to come up with a question that you're going to ask everybody that will determine whether or not they have any interest in your offer, right? Now, if it's a kind of more expensive type of an offer, typically I will ask them a whole bunch of questions. And the purpose of that is to get them to tell me, about their hopes and their dreams and their goals and their obstacles. And this is basically, I'm diagnosing rather than selling. I basically want to know what they're struggling with, so that if it's something that I can help with, they're now very much open to the solution because they just emotionally opened up to me and told me about their problems, right? So if I've got like a make money online offer, I'm going to be asking people, how much money do you want to make? What do you want to do with that money if you got it? What's been the most difficult thing for you? what, like, all of those types of questions. Why haven't you achieved your goals yet in life? And uh, as they're telling me those things, I'm like, okay, cool. So now that they've opened up to me, I can then say, well, hey, listen, if I could show you a video that would, show you how to make X amount of money or whatever it is that something you'd be interested in watching? So that's contact, communicate, qualify, invite. That's step 4 is invite, right? So if they have revealed that they have a need, basically, that means that they qualify. If they have told you that they have a need that you can help address, then all you have to do is invite them to watch a presentation. Hey, would you like to watch a video that will show you how to do X, Y, and Z? Right? Simple. Typically, if it's something they need, if it's something they qualify for, they'll say, yeah, sure, send me the video. Presentation is the 5th step. You send a video. Do not explain anything yourself, ever. Do not present your business yourself, ever. Send a video. If there isn't a good video that's done for you, make one. Step 5, presentation. Step 6, follow up. Hey, did you get a chance to watch the video? What'd you think? Follow up. Simple. And then the last one is handle questions, which is typically they're going to have some questions about it. Right? So typically they're going to be like, oh yeah, it looks good, but how much does it cost again? Or, is this monthly recurring? Or like, how do I know this works? Or whatever it is, they're going to have some questions typically. So you answer the questions. Okay, that's the communication cycle for making sales. If you don't do that, none of this works in terms of prospecting. Yeah, contact, communicate, qualify, invite, presentation, follow up, handle questions. Not contact, presentation. Doesn't work. Okay. So you got to be consistent and do that. If you're trying to build a business, you got to be contacting a lot of people. Like, how many people can you message a day? 25, 50, 75 people? I don't know. Go out there and message. The harder you hit it, the better you're going to do. Go out there and try to start conversations with people and take them through the 7 steps every day. Okay, you do that while you're building up the audience and the passive stuff, right? So that's the third pillar is communication. So we've got traffic, value, communication. Now the last one, of course, is offer. You need to have an irresistible offer. And to be perfectly honest, if your offer is irresistible enough, you can be pretty bad at the other 3 pillars and still make money, right? And if you've got a really good offer, then you just got to get it. You just got to let people know about it. Right? You got to do something so that people know about it. And if you have a crappy offer, which most people do, in my opinion, most of the offers out there in the online marketing space are stupid and they're just not appealing, then it's going to be hard, right? You have to craft an offer. Okay, that's the other thing, is that you can take an offer that's like okay and make it great by really highlighting what's different about it, what's special about it, maybe offering some one-on-one support to people if they join you, some bonuses, right? Something like that that's going to make people really want to join. Now, what makes an offer an irresistible offer? Essentially, an offer becomes irresistible if the person believes with 100% certainty that this is the thing that's going to help change their life. Okay, that's it. That's the one thing that an offer has to do, is to get the person to actually believe that if they buy this, it will help them. Right? It's, I suppose, easier said than done. But a lot of your job as a marketer, especially as an affiliate marketer, is to sift through all the garbage offers out there and try to find ones that are good. Try to find offers that are like, ooh, that's exciting. I want that, right? I mean, I've done very well with a couple of these. There's some links underneath this video where you can check out some of the offers that there's two offers at the moment that I think are really good that I'm promoting, right? A lot of you know about the Textbot one, which is a SMS Textbot robot that closes sales for you. It's a completely automated system, sells for $100, 100% commission. Easiest thing I've ever sold. It's amazing. Works fantastic. All you do is call a number, the system takes over from there. It's the slickest, coolest thing ever, completely unique, right? So there's that. There's also this thing I've been promoting, which is a new tech company that's about to launch, where essentially, the traffic and the enrollments are done for you. So you have 100% guaranteed success. Like, there's nothing easier to sell than that, right? As soon as I say that, people are like, yeah, show me. Right? So, what we have here basically in a nutshell with that offer is like a company where the products are the best products online. We've taken every online business tool that there could possibly be and made better versions of the ones that already exist, and we're going to offer them for less money. So it has mass market appeal, and they include traffic and guaranteed signups as part of the package. So anybody is guaranteed to be successful. Every single person who joins will make money, period, end of story. No sketchy investments, no Ponzi schemes, nothing, all completely legal and shiny and brand new and beautiful, right? Guaranteed success. Nothing better than that. There is nothing better than that, and there never will be, probably. So, there's the little elevator pitch, right? So if you have an offer that's that irresistible, you just have to get people to see it. You have to get people to discover you so that you can tell them that, right? And basically the other four pillars, or the other three pillars, are doing that, right? You're building an audience, you're getting traffic, you're building value so that they actually listen to you, so that they'll actually open your posts and watch your videos and look at your emails, right? And the communication skills, obviously, even if you have the best offer in the world, if you just start blabbering about it to somebody that you've never spoken to before, they're just going to block you. It just doesn't work that way, right? So you got to know how to communicate so that you can get to telling them about your business in a way that they're actually interested. That's what I just went over. Yeah. So I cannot overemphasize how important it is that your offer be irresistible, because you can be doing the other three steps consistently and well, and if your offer just isn't that interesting, people aren't going to buy it, right? I see this constantly. It's like people promoting stuff that's just like not exciting, or they're not doing anything to make it exciting. It's just very generic. It's like, oh, we got this, platform where the product is online courses about marketing, and you can pay money for it, and you can like recruit other people who will pay money for it. It's like everything is like that. Or if it's if it's like a network marketing deal, it's like, well, we've got these supplements and they make you feel great. It's like, yeah, so does every other network marketing company. Like, what's different? What's exciting here, guys? What is it that's like somebody is going to see that and go, oh wow, I've never seen that before, that looks amazing, I need to get that, right? Those are the offers that you're looking for. Again, I've got two of them that are kicking butt right now. With this first one, I've done a lot, I made a lot of money with that over the last 2 months. The second one that I told you about, the completely done for you deal, that's like a multi-level thing. I've recruited 20 people in the last 3 weeks into that, right? And I haven't even been pushing it very hard. Like, I've just mentioned it a few times in videos. That's it. So the offer really matters, is the point here, guys. And if you're interested in picking up one of those two, they're perfect offers. There'll be links below. You can check those out, okay? So those are the 4 pillars of marketing, guys. It's really not that complicated. You just have to have discipline and consistency and do these things, over the long term. What I said is really important. You gotta go, okay, I'm deciding that this is my profession, right? This isn't just like something that you do and you sort of hope that it makes some money sometimes. You got to go, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing professionally. This is going to be my career. I'm going to be doing it for 30 years, whatever. Like, I mean, maybe eventually you'll get to the point where you're making so much money you just retire. I don't know, but point is you gotta be committed to doing this every day for the long term, and you gotta put in the work and do it, right? Instead of just like sending out one email and then going a month without doing anything. It's like that's what most people are doing. They're not really doing anything, and that doesn't work. You gotta get the 4 pillars dialed in, and you just gotta discipline yourself to do it every day. So I hope that made sense, guys, and let me know if you had any questions or comments. Drop them below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and of course, for more awesome content like this about affiliate marketing, network marketing, online marketing in general, please subscribe to the channel, and I will try to make as many videos as I can to help you guys. So with that said, guys, have a great day, and thanks for listening. We'll talk soon. Bye.